This is my reaction to seeing my first shark. This one right here, in fact. But before I get to that, let me tell you about all the other creatures I saw while snorkeling for 2 weeks in Guam. I had the honor of spending 2 weeks in Guam for a work trip, and I was able to spend most of my free time snorkeling and in the water. The sea life here was fantastic. There was creatures everywhere. For example, this pufferfish that I found hiding in this hole. You can actually hear him inflate. In behind him in this hole was an eel. And this eel here, I don't know exactly what type it is. If you know what kind it is, let me know in the comments below. He was a very cautious, nervous looking fellow. Just checked me out. These hermit crabs were massive as well, the size of like my entire palm. I could hardly pick them up. They also had giant clams between 6 to 12 inches in size. You can see the mantle retract whenever they detect movement in the water. At low tide, the fish density was impressive. Found him again hiding in a different coral. There's also these massive needlefish, probably about 3 to 4 foot long. This is a little baby lionfish that I found. Interestingly enough, they are native to the South Pacific and are not an invasive species like they are in the Caribbean. These clownfish were the most aggressive fish in the whole trip. They came up and nibbled my fingers. They wanted me nowhere near their anemone. And I think their confidence bolstered everybody else. Let me know if you can spot the octopus in this clip here. He's hiding very well, but if we get closer, you should be able to see him change colors. The octopus that I saw had built these nests. You could see crab shells everywhere, but they would build these nests of dead coral in front and then a coral at the back. And they would sit in here and pop their heads out to take a look around. This was probably one of the coolest creatures that I saw on the trip. The color changing was amazing. And you can see the pattern changing capabilities of their skin. They have texture on their back with the white spikes. We went snorkeling at night, and this was a much more eerie experience. You can only see with the flashlight illuminated. You never knew when you were surrounded by fish. At one point, a bunch of baby fish swarmed our flashlight. This was a baby moray eel, whose head was about the size of my thumb. And now what I'm sure you've all been waiting for.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
This is a black-tip reef shark. I managed to see 2 of them while snorkeling. They were between 4 to 5 foot long, pretty shy, skittish creatures. but absolutely amazing, fantastic animals. Since the 1970s, there's only been 11 recorded attacks from black-tip reef sharks, and none have been fatal. But it's still fantastic to be able to swim with one of the amazing creatures in this ocean. Swimming with sharks was definitely the highlight of my trip. I dreamed of swimming next to one of these awesome creatures, and seeing the sharks slowly come into view was something that I will never forget. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day.